or something to kill control him in lane as well as put silence pressure on him later on. But in this, ooh, yeah, the Pudge. The Pudge is cool.
I like this team a lot.
That's a lot of fun.
That's a lot.
They do have a lot of fun. And see, this is the thing about it. They're on the brink of elimination. One game, they're done. They won the open qualifiers. They made it this far. They can almost squeeze in a second, and then they last pick Pudge.
The Leviathan style. We're going out with a bang, boys. Let's do it, Pudge.
It's just the complete opposite from a lot of teams. Where it's like, okay, this is we're on brink of elimination. We're gonna go with our most tried and true. We're gonna go with Gyrocopter plus Leshrac plus a bunch of other stuff that everyone else is picking. But no, they go with their own style. They go with go with niche picks, and oh man, Timbersaw is going to obliterate them.
Oh my god, this fat, big lineup of madness, and Timbersaw's there to go. Oh,
Timbersaw wrecks a lot of the heroes. I think they knew that they were vulnerable to Timbersaw, but he's just not picked, right? I saw him picked, one time first phase at the Summit 3 by Vici. They got owned, and aside from that, no one picks him. I actually think he's really good. He's a really good hero.
But the fact that they put more priority banning out the Bat Rider with the kind of love they have is kind of weird to me. But I guess, like, you're right, they just didn't anticipate they would be going for a Timbersaw. But I know Funnick used to run a lot of Timbersaw, so...
his Timbersaw is really good. And really Timbersaw is amazing versus their lineup.
Yeah.
Warcry, not going to do anything.
So we could either see a very exciting Yellow Submarine game where they kind of do some serious hooks and catch Na'Vi off guard, but Na'Vi have already Dendy, one of the most notorious Pudge players in the game, so he'll probably be a step ahead on knowing what to expect. Or we'll see Na'Vi, you really utilize that Timbersaw and kind of take control, and we could be in for a quick series, Ben. We'll have to find out here.
The one big problem with Yellow Submarine's lineup is not only do they have a lot of strength heroes, many heroes to zone out to Timbersaw. Sometimes you'll see Timbersaw just get zoned out very early, like a Shadow Demon can just, kind of plink away at him and keep him away from experience range. Last game he had the luxury of the Fissure, but this game he...
that's gonna be. Is that gonna be a support Pudge, like a four-position Pudge? That it is. With PSM on it, he probably is gonna be doing the Jenkins. He might pull either to mid or even to bottom lane here to try to really disrupt the flow of the early game for Na'Vi. I don't know, where would it be more, if that is the case, where do you think it'd be more profitable to him? To do it on the mid lane, taking that access away from the Dendy Queen of Pain, or maybe doing it to bottom and pulling and taking that away from the Timbersaw? Both possible.
It might not even be that. It could just be like early roaming or early killing, right? Because that's more their style. But he does have a Quelling Blade, so we're going to see shenanigans.
We are going to see shenanigans. With the Quelling Blade, that leads me to believe that it's more so for the bottom lane, because you do have to cut those couple of trees to hook it from the south side. Now, this could be all theory crafting, of course, but... nonetheless, I'm always excited to see something a bit different here, so I can't help but feel like I really want to see this kind of succeed a little bit. But here we go, folks. This is game number 2 of just this best-of-2 series. Na'Vi already claiming the first game. They've already claimed now a spot into the playoffs. If they're able to secure a win here, they get that top seed. If Yellow Submarine are able to pull out a victory in this game number 2, there is a chance for them to still stay alive, given the outcome of the London Conspiracy and Vega matchup here. But okay,
I think...
baiting out the rune, it looks like.
Yeah, but if he hooks, there's that new change where if you get hooked onto unpathable terrain, or if you get stuck, you... Woo! Yeah, but on top of that, I think they're going to fissure until that buff wears off. Because look at Earthshaker's positioning. He's ready to...
block him in, yeah.
Yeah, but Queen of Pain is also the one that's going to be contesting top rune, so she can just blink out.
It's true, it's true. Luckily, it doesn't look like the Pudge has invested a point into either quite yet. And we're already going to see the Iron Shell come out. It looks like they want to be able to secure this bottom rune here. It's Dendy walks on forward. Yeah, not the easy.
They've practiced this before.
They're going to go for it regardless here. Dendy will then look to level up, but they have the spin right behind. They got enough lockdown that they're going to get the first blood.
That is crazy.
Yellow Submarine, ladies and gentlemen. These kids are crafty. I love it. That is hilarious.
Saving the rune. Who is it for? Pudge? Get level 2 with the rock? Okay.
All right, it's time to play.
So the Quelling Blade is, this is just...
that is like the tip. That's a level 1 hook, so that is just the range right there. They get it. Denny's like, wait, what the hell was that?
He just skilled up Blink, too.
Oh, but it's too late already. That was wonderfully executed. A very cheeky play.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's Dendy. He's Queen of Pain. He can just blink out. But
nope.
They did the stuns very, very well.
Oh, man. And in a high-pressure situation in a game like this, oh, he's going, is it the mid lane push? He is. He's going to walk towards the mid and probably go for the pull right there. Or at least stack it for now. Oh, I don't know. It's going to be hard not to want to keep our eyes on this Pudge, but look who's already onto it here. So Nico, with his typical kind of more aggressive support play, regardless of what hero, he's going to be in there to kind of scout out what the hell is actually happening with this Pudge. I'm just looking to keep tabs.
Yeah, so Nico's really good at just getting information and figuring out what the other team is up to, because, you know, the first blood already caught Na'Vi off guard. He doesn't want any more surprises. He doesn't want Dendy to be any more underfarmed than he already has, because Dendy, he shines with a great start, and you'd really want to be able to, you know, elevate him to that sort of game, which is what Puppey did a lot, but, you know, our style doesn't really play around Dendy the same way and focuses on other parts of the map.
Can't help but wonder if Dendy himself probably chuckling a little bit at how ironic he gets caught with the first blood from a Pudge, who is now at the top lane here, looking to scout out a setup here. He gets the pull and the hook. Oh, they like the easy setup from the Sven stun. Now they're looking to charge on in, and again comes the fissure thereafter. Able to get the disruption. Artstyle cuts to the correct direction to the left-hand side. He might be able to make it away, and he will. Dendy already committing on forward, looking to get his own finish right there, and they do. Drop the Sven somehow, some way. Artstyle able to make it away from trouble. That was really close. Good heads up with the disruption. Uh-oh, bottom lane. Very, very, very weak and wounded Dale, but he'll be able to make it back.
Oof. One of the downfalls of having a 3 melee lane. If they had one more range, they wouldn't be able to click him down.
You're right.
It's just not easy to lane in any situation with these sort of heroes.
Trade out that Earthshaker for a Vengeful Spirit, maybe.
Yeah, it's not easy. They're trying their best to make it work. They need to try and get kills, or at least do something cheeky, like as you said, pool with the midway. But Saniko is all on top of that, so they are going to the next best option.
Look at this Funnick. They clearly changed things up quite a bit after that mid lane scuttle. They sent Dendy towards the top, and Funnick is going to be playing, you know, a bit of a throwback, the mid lane Timbersaw, which of course is going to be leaving Havost on his core axe. Now in the bottom lane, going toe to toe with the Darkseer. And it looks like Soniko will be joining him by his side. But look who it is. It's Pudge nearby, playing down the obs, getting that bit of extra vision on the side. Still just sporting his level 2. And he might need to use that hook to maybe save the Darkseer here. Will he get the hook off to help him on out? He's in trouble. Where's our Pudge at? He's not going to be that safety line, it looks like. He's busy trying to go for a pull instead. And because of it, Darkseer is going to go down.
I thought he was going to bail him out there. He's like, no, screw you. I need my farm, boy.
Like, I got to get this pull. I got to get to level 3.
He has his farmer britches on.
Yeah, he's I got to get the level 2 hook. That's what matters the most. Oh, well. So with that, Darkseer is going to be dropped. The most benefits from it. Top lane, no, hey, look at this catch off. But, of course, it's the Queen of Pain, so able to blink away to the north. Makes it out from trouble, and we'll have to see if the melee struggle continues, because outside of that first blood, it's still Na'Vi getting so much out of this laning phase. If you look, 18-4 and 18-1 for both Dendy and Funnick. Havos getting a lot, and then finally you see Yellow Submarine, DK, and Darkseer trying to get some early farm underway. So it's feeling like this is an all-in kind of a lineup for Yellow Submarine. If this doesn't end up succeeding from the early into the mid-game, then we might see another early Tal throw. Because I don't know, I mean, do we have a lot of faith in the Yellow Submarine late game? You know, if they don't manage to pull together those kills, hoping, okay, nice little pullback onto the bird, so Nico could be in trouble here, and they got the haste on the Pudge. They're going to be able to get the follow-up kill. It's going to be Dale who claims that one.
I forgot about the Darkseer's Pudge combo. It's really strong. Like, Rot already does a lot of damage, so Rot plus Ion Shell, you have a way to consistently do the damage, and then on top of that, you have Surge, so you don't get kited by stuff like Grave Chill, Battle Hunger, Demonic Purge.
I wonder if this is a lineup that they have claimed many party-ranked MMR with.
Not enough mana on Sven. That's a little unfortunate for them. He had like 130 at the time.
How are they going to handle that? Maybe getting just some arcane boots.
Mangoes, dude!
More mangoes, the better, right? Oh, big jump in burst damage coming out with the Chakram and the Whirling Blade.
Mangoes.
Mango. Can't get enough.
EGM was playing Pup. He went 4 mangoes on Ogre, and it owned. He had like 7 HP regen a second.
Oh, that's ridiculous. I know. Because you already get so much. You have the regen. He already has the high armor. Why not just kind of man up?
Vos is able to take out a
top! They have the lockdown. Dendy not going to be going otherwhere. It looks like maybe another possible hook setup from that. Pudge going to be able to get that kill. All right. The crafty Yellow Submarine group able to string together another. They pull ahead as far as kill goes, 3-2, whereas Na'Vi still claim the majority of the laning farm. So that seems to be the priority objective here. Yellow Submarine looking to just go for kill. But here we go, just a bit of harassment here. Obviously, this Timbersaw pretty damn meaty. Going to be able to shrug off any sort of incoming harassment, but a rotation is to come here. It's Dendy. So, have some of my bottle. Thank you.
Pudge was sitting there. I thought Dendy was about to blink in.
Oh, he is about to blink in. Pudge. Ooh. Ooh. Yo! Oh, a bit too short. Maybe one more level and they would have been able to get it. Now he walks on forward regardless with the Dragon Tail. Follow-up Stormhammer. And there's the rot. Is Dendy going to be able to walk away from this one? No! He gets taken down. Another setup here. This is interesting. Yellow Submarine continue to somehow find these little kills one after the other, but where they have these big rotations committing 2 or 3 plus, you have people like Avos on those side lanes who continue to farm up, and it looks like Avos is going to be going right for the Vanguard first before stepping into something like a Blink Dagger.
I think, I mean, I'm generally not a fan of Vanguard. Blink, as we saw last game, it's if you can get that Blink Dagger and catch Yes off guard, which they did with one fight, then you can almost straight up win the game. Whereas Vanguard is a nice safeguard versus just dying a lot. So it's just a trade-off as opposed to whether you want to win, potentially win one big team fight or not die and give them experience and gold. So he's, you know, choosing the ladder route, and on top of that, it just gives you a lot better lane control since you have a lot more regen.
They're going to do the high ground ward. They can see now on the side, but already Na'Vi looking to move on forward here. They think they got an easy kill on Dale, but here comes the Sven charging on in. There's the Stormhammer plus the Pudge. The boot guy looking to come on forward. The wall going to be dropped from Dale. So Nico able to rotate in, but there comes Pudge. He's still charging forward, but oh god, I'm eating a lot of damage. He gets dropped down immediately without getting anything off. Ooh, a bit of an overcommitment. All of that huge soul assumption damage going right onto him.
Yeah, Pudge has very little armor, and it's taking a little bit too much there.
Ouch.
He was looking for the hook on the axe, so yeah, it was not an ill-conceived notion.
But unfortunately, this doesn't work out. Because that, he ends up going down. You know, maybe once he's able to throw together at least a level 6, he'll have that bite to use, but for now, just trying to inch towards at least level 5. Maybe then he'll have that additional lockdown factor, but not going to be available quite yet.
One thing that we didn't really touch upon is how they moved Dendy top and Timbersaw mid, and whether that's a good trade for them. Yeah, we know that Dendy did give up first blood.
Oh, uh-oh. Pudge needs to come in here and help out. They're going to get the Stormhammer. The hook's actually going to go into art style here. He's going to get off his disruption to slow down the Pudge. And okay, Soul Catcher Poison not going to be catching, however, but PSM is hungry. He wants blood. He's charging on forward. Get away from me, Havost. I got something in mind, but here comes the help. A surging Sven charges in, gets the kill with the Stormhammer. Oh, he hooks into his own dunk. They still get Havost with the fissure regardless, but here comes Dendy looking to move on in. And oh, Sven, he's kind of trapped in his own little side lane. Dendy maybe a bit too nervous, knowing that he could jump into his own trouble here, but okay, sounds like Funnick is en route. They get the stun onto Dendy. Will Funnick be there in time? Gets a 3-man chakra, but Dendy already goes down, and now they're going to look to possibly pull back. No, they're going to turn right back onto Funnick! They're going to drop the Echo and the Dragon Tail. It's Yellow Submarine going right back onto Na'Vi. They take 3 down for nothing. What the hell happened there? It felt like it felt like Na'Vi were confident moving on forward, but they end up losing 1 by 1.
It's all Sven. Well, also Darkseer. Darkseer had the really nice surge. If he didn't surge him, I think Dendy would have just bursted him with a Scream and a ult. But he then baited Queen of Pain into walking towards him. He was in that kind of precarious position where it's like, okay, 2 or 3 seconds left on his Blink Dagger, but he wanted to go in anyways because he thought he could Scream. He was mid-animation for Scream, and then he got Storm Bolted because he was followed.
Oh, gets the grab. He'd been looking for it onto the Shadow Demon. Instead, going to get it on Soniko. They don't have that high ground vision, so Visage going to be going down, but it looks like PSM will be trading his own life for it. And now it's Na'Vi on the return. This time they're going to be able to grab out Dale. Big disruption going to be blocking him in place. Oh, that fissure not going to help on out. Don't think he would have been able to make it away regardless, so they end up losing 2. Sven was really low when he made it on out, but here we go. They're on the retreat here. Does Dendy charge on forward? Arstyle looking to sweep in from behind, but it's just to drop a ward. The Birds, though, maybe considering to scout on out.
Man, that Pudge Ion Shell is ridiculous.
It is. They just get quickly withered away.
It's just he dies really quickly now, too. I think, like, casual cloak, a little bit of armor. He just needs whatever survivability.
Even a bracer or something just to kind of give him a bit. Obviously, bracer's not going to be helping down the road, but at this point, he also seems just as flimsy as the targets he's been going for. Now, this was that crazy chaotic moment in the bottom lane. It looked like it could end up being big trouble here for PSM, but there's that surge on Sven, able to charge on in. He gets a nice catch with the Shadow Demon right there, but it looks like action might be bringing it out, and certainly it is. Looks like the Earthshaker was dropped there from Soniko on the bottom lane, and back at mid lane here, they get the pullback kill, which is going to be dropping Havost, going back to bottom bottom lane once more. It's Dendy now going to be caught out. Dragon Tail's going to be there. There's the brief fire. Dendy dishing out some damage, but is going to be able to blink away to the west side into some trees. But there's the hook grab. What a snack coming in from PSM. Oh, hey, Dendy, you thought you're pretty good with Pudge, right? Well, I got something for you.
Taste of his own medicine.
Oh, I love it.
I think that's his level 6. I don't think he was level 6 before the fight. He's actually level 7 now.
Oh, man. We'll see the setup here. Now, it got really chaotic from mid lane to bottom. Birds coming in, get good lockdown on this Earthshaker, but Fardic is persistent. He looks to charge in, but a nice, wonderful fissure, stopping him from moving on in. Plus the Dragon Knight, of course, looking to interject. I'm hearing action breaking out, by the way, during this replay, so hopefully they're not going to be missing too much, but yeah, it was all over the place. We missed the start of that kill. They get Hivos in the mid, but this is where Dendy thinks he's safe. Now, did they have vision, or was this a blind hook out? Oh, what a sense right here. Whoop, boom.
Oh, they had chicken.
Oh, it was a courier, yeah, a little mushroom courier floating nearby. Wow, that was convenient, but oh, big Sonic Wave and a dunk follow-up. Navi looking to strike back now, PSM. He's going to be going down. Soul Assumption's going to be finishing him off, and just as we're praising them, they're going to lose 3. Possibly could be losing 4 here. Big disruption. Sven now in a bit of trouble. Looking to run away here. Do they have the follow-up? They do. They have it in the form of Dendy. Just as he snagged out from those trees, he quickly throws together a double kill for himself. 4 down all day. Uh-oh, Dragon Knight, you might have brought yourself into a little bit of trouble. No, he actually is going to get a nice little bird kill there. Woo! Merlini.
Yeah.
Yellow Submarine. There's some team, aren't they? They make for some real good fun. We need to have Yellow Submarine go against Leviathan sometime. I think that'd be a real good time, but this is what the action was breaking out there at the start. A great wall, beautiful Sonic Wave coming out from the top, and because of that, they easily eliminate 2. PSM, of course, eating a good amount of brash damage before that, has nowhere really to run, and, well, we don't want to be waiting too long because this game is getting pretty hot and heavy here. PSM back on the top lane now. And do you think if you're on the side of Navi, well, as long as this Pudge is up and constantly in the dark, do you get a bit kind of anxious, a bit nervous as far as where the hell he's going to be coming from?
That's why in TI2, team just straight up banned Pudge versus Navi. It just messes with your mentality way too much. It's similar to like playing mid when there's a roaming bottom on you.
Oh, not going to catch him on out. But yeah, I see what you mean. It's that unknown factor, something I was looking for the other teams to kind of utilize a bit more. You know, maybe on paper it doesn't seem like the Pudge is going to be able to really thrive, but it's just something a lot of these teams are not used to. They're being taken outside of that comfort zone, and because of it, you could see him be punished a bit. This game, as far as kill goes, still 12-13, neck and neck. Farm-wise, though, a still edge towards Na'Vi, but hey, with that tower takedown, it could help a bit for Yellow Submarine. But as they get that tier 1 top lane, it's Na'Vi in the mid lane, adding some pressure here. But there is going to be the glyph, a rotation in from your Dragon Knight, who was surged up from previously. Not going to be able to charge on forward and get the Dragon Tail, it looks like. But there are the Bash brothers, back together again. Let's see if they can find it.
Navi, they're very concentrated on winning this early game. They have 4 Observer Wards out now, 2 in mid and 2 in the bottom lane, just because they know this is the most important time for them. They can't let Yellow Submarine get comfortable to that position where they're just comfortable steamrolling around the map and just getting hooks wherever. They can't afford to lose map control and map vision at this point in the game.
Dale. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, Blink on Hivos, Dale the Darkseer able to get his mech, and oh, what a nicely timed Stormhand trying to Timber Chain away. Not going to be happening. They get the follow-up and the kill mid lane. Big Echo and Dragon Tail going to be finishing off the Shadow Demon. Oh, nice Sonic Wave on the return from Dendy. Gets his own kill. Hook going to be off the mark, and it looks like Soniko and Dendy are going to step back and out. So it ends up being a 2-for-1 trade across the map. Evens the game as far as kills, 14-14. 28 kills in 14 minutes.
Oh, that's a blink for Sven. Actually really big because now it's not all on Earthshaker.
All we need is a blink on Pudge and we're just set here. There it is. On hand. Pudge saving the gold. He might be going for that blink. I don't know. 1,200, now nearly 1,300.
How's the vote status?
Vote status? Blink
okay,
Vanguard.
Yeah, that's one.
Blink Vanguard, 500 gold. Obviously has shown it to Yellow Submarine. Not looking to try to be in the dark with it, but here comes Sven, catches him with the stun. We'll lock him in place here. Hivos not considering, you know, manning up and going in his traditional 4 kind of position here. But here comes the Dragon Knight. Hivos is going to be able to blink away. So just kind of pulling the rotations towards that bottom lane, diverting attention elsewhere. And now it's Na'Vi, who will smoke up and go on the move.
I don't think that was in vision, but they do have very good vision of mid. So think that they know something is up at this point.
Yeah, they're going to cross paths with Sven. Sven's in trouble.
Yeah, his blink was down.
They got the purge. There's slow and painful death. He gets off the Stormhammer, but he does eventually go down. So nice smoke movement coming out from Na'Vi. Proved to be profitable, and as they finish off the Sven.
The kill is not that important though, unless they can take bottom tower, because no one's jungling this game. There's not really that much of a point to warding that much of it up, unless there's a lot of fighting. But a lot of the fighting has been going around top, mid, and looks like Na'Vi are trying to pull Yellow Submarine back into this area because they want to fight under vision. Oh, they smoked right under a ward.
Yeah, they did.
2 wards, actually.
Okay. Well, Na'Vi, they like to pull back. They want to get that tower first, and now they're on the run. Havo should be able to blink. Phonic tries to Timber Chain away. Here comes the Dragon Knight. That range with the Dragon Tail. Going to be able to connect. Vacuum back with the hook. That looked a bit silly, but they'll be able to get it, and they get the drop, but they end up eating a lot of damage. The follow-through, though, is not quite there from Na'Vi. So Yellow Submarine, they lose their tower, but here comes Havos. Nice catch onto 2 here. Can they bring down Dale? They can. There's going to be the one-man drop. They should get the follow-up. It's a twofer as they drop the DK. Havos now on the run in hot pursuit. The Stormhammer is going to be able to slow him down. Can they still catch the Pudge? They can. He can't move too fast. He's a fatty, but can he get a kill? Nope, he can't. He gets dropped. So Nico with the double. Na'Vi coming out pretty damn big now. After that tier 1, they double back, but then they do a successful re-engagement.
So 2 things there. Firstly, the haste rune on Dendi that prevented him from getting dismembered and just allowed him output a lot more damage than he normally would. That was really big in the fight. And on top of that, Dendi went a very unorthodox build with the drums, and you don't see that very often on Queen of Pains at all. But he needs the HP. They've been fighting constantly. He's died a couple of times because he's been hooked. He needs to be able to stay alive so that Shadow Demon can come in with a disruption, so Axe can come in with a blink save. It's imperative that he stays alive because he's already had so many deaths in the early game that he can't afford to. You'll run into those co-ops a lot, right? They get like, you know, they do okay in the early games and they have like an Axe, and that's kind of all they have at like 25 minutes. That's exactly what Dendi doesn't want to do. He wants to be able to progress, transition later, you know, get BKB eventually, and do all of these things that you want your co-op to be able to do and control the game.
That rushed Solar Crest on the Visage proves to be very nice as they secure their own Roche. And there is trouble. Nice little hook on the Sneeko with the December follow-up. Can they finish off this Vicious in time? The birds are coming for the stun. They do get the bird, but they might lose their Pudge. Big Sonic Wave, but they blink themselves into trouble. Dragon Tails right there. Your Aegis is going to be going down. And Dendi on his return here won't have the Sonic Wave. Good vacuum into the wall, but not going to be enough. Oh, Echo Slam for Havos. Dragon Knight is going to be going down. It's just chaos all over the place. Phonic looking to follow on forward. The Fisher's going to be slowing him down. Up to the northern hand side. Sven on the chase, trying to get a hold of Dendi, but now he gets caught in his own call out from Havos. And the 3 of them tackle the one Sven. Oh, very close to being brought down. And well, I don't even know.
The target selection is really difficult for the Yellow Submarine. If they don't kill, like last time they killed Phonic on bottom, and he still did like, I would say 1,500 damage before he died. So who do they go on? If they go on Havos, that's, you know, really bad. Phonic and Dendi will just straight up kill them with all their AoE. And if they go on Phonic, he's going to get a huge whirling blaze on all of them because all of them are melee heroes. And then if he gets Timber Chain plus Chakrams right on top of himself, that's a ton of damage, and they can't do that. But if they leave him alive, that's what they did that fight. They left him alive. They tried to kill Dendi. He did have the Aegis, and Phonic just wrecked him that fight. So they have so many sources of damage output as well as like the Solar Crest Visage that this game is becoming incredibly difficult for Yellow Submarine. They're a little bit behind in terms of kills, a lot of behind in terms of momentum and items, Roshan, objectives, so on and so forth.
Well, we're witnessing history, apparently. The first time any team has ever picked Pudge against Na'Vi, apparently. Well, it is feeling like overall, as the storyline does progress, the Yellow Submarine, clever, cheeky play early on, worked out pretty, I'd have to say pretty dang swell. We'll have to hold that thought. There's going to be the stun on Havos. Good pullback, and I mean, he's just getting thrown all over the place. Now he's going to get forced down, looking to run away, but he's got 5 people on the chase here. Space created, if you will. Havos on the run. Can they get the fugitive? He goes right up north, and he's going to be scouted. Hey, how's it going? They're there. Havos gets the call. Eventually look to come on in, and they get him down finally. But here comes the rest of Na'Vi. Nope, no head for the Timber Chain, though. Phonic now going to be stunned on up. Meanwhile, on the other side, you can see PSM now getting locked down from those birds. Soul Sub should follow up, but the vacuum on the other side. Big wall. Catches and finishes off Phonic. Now Sonico's in trouble. With the follow-through, they're going to be able to clean up 3. They only lose the 1 Pudge in exchange here. Maybe they should have just considered letting Havos go, but they decide that maybe they'd be able to take that big fight. But unfortunately, Funnick got caught out, stunned down, and, well, with the help of the Darkseer and, of course, the Earthshaker setup, they end up losing a lot.
The Blade Mail on Pudge is actually doing a lot. Because he just runs in. He's a fluffy hero, which is high HP, low armor. So him blade mailing is really dangerous for the Queen of Pain. And they're giving them no quarter to farm. It's not like he can farm a BKB really quickly. And instead, he's going to go all out offense with the Veil.
Stormhammer, Fissure, pullback. See you later, Shadow Demon. Nice try with your little disruption play there. And now Yellow Submarine maybe put the attention back on the tower. No, looks like they decide to pull back as the rest of Na'Vi are coming back to life here. I mean, what I was going to go into before, you know, everything broke out right there was it felt like the initial early fun play from Yellow Submarine might have been faltering a bit. Na'Vi obviously getting a bit more as far as the laning farm goes, and they have this big AoE spread, punishing Yellow Submarine for kind of working as that pact as they run around. But I don't know. Do you think Yellow Submarine still have a pretty good shot? Considering that, if there still seems to be missteps from Na'Vi.
Their chemistry and their teamwork can overcome a difference in net worth, I think. So, yeah, I think so. Like that fight, they just completely isolated Havost. They stunned him, and then they pulled him back like so far that Na'Vi doesn't have like a clockwork or anything. They can't really jump in and engage. Yeah, then he can blink in, but he doesn't have BKB, so he's going to die. He has 1300 HP. Maybe if it ages, he can. But the Veil build is actually pretty interesting. I would have expected him to go BKB next because he really likes the BKB on the Queen of Pain. And it's really good versus like DK Stun, Dismember plus Rot Damage, Ion Shell, Vacuum Wall, like Echo. There's so many things that he kind of does need BKB at some point in this game. But instead, he's just trying to take him down with him, kind of like what Timbersaw does if they engage on Timbersaw. Just try and kill them before they kill you.
For now, though, look, Yellow Submarine in Na'Vi territory here. Na'Vi a bit more reserved.
I actually really don't like the Veil pickup. Once I think about it, they don't actually have that much magic damage. His ulti is pure. Almost a lot of Timbersaw's damage is pure. Visage has a lot of physical damage with Solar Crest and Birds. I mean, he does have some with Soul Assumption. Shadow Demons is negligible unless he gets a lot of poison stacks, and Axe is almost all physical. So it's actually not terribly useful here.
The casting range of Veil is also a bit short, it feels, so he would have to commit himself pretty much deep into the fight, which can be scary against a team like Yellow Submarine. But I agree with you. As far as what it's really amplifying in this game, seems rather lackluster.
It does give him some stats, and it does give him a lot of armor.
Plenty other options, though, if you just wanted stats, I'm sure, for the same price point.
Like Casual Point Booster, Scepter, Yules is not bad, but I think BKB is really, really good for them. But regardless, as long as he doesn't die, it's good. And gets kills.
That can be a bit tricky, though, against a lineup like this that can kind of catch you off guard.
Yeah,
so.
This is the Echo first Blink Dagger, I think, that we've seen from him. He just picked it up.
Yep, got that Blink Echo now. They've been still finding the opportunities for some big Echoes in these fights, so with a Blink Dagger now on hand, maybe it becomes a bit better. They're very diligent about hanging up here on the high ground of the Na'Vi side.
Oh, he doesn't need BKB because the art style has a Glimmer. I guess it's so now he has armor and magic resistance. So actually, I can get on board with that. I didn't notice he had a Glimmer.
What about this Claymore that's been picked up on Sony?
I actually don't know. I saw
that
that
a
earlier.
Shadow Blade Visage? Like, are we about to see more history being breaking out here? This is rather fun from both sides. And
what else does it build into?
Battle
Fury.
Yeah, that's it, right?
Yeah, so Shadowblade it is.
Well, maybe he's going for what? The Silver Edge build-up? Got rid of that passive, right? Of the magic passive of Pudge? I don't know. Seems a bit far-fetched here. Maybe Na'Vi looking to have as much fun as Yellow Submarine apparently are in this kind of a game, but hey, maybe you don't want to be having a lot of fun, though, when you could be easily securing that #1 spot at the top of the bracket. Or maybe they're just confident that they're going to be able to take it to this kind of cheeky lineup of Yellow Submarine.
I'm still not sure what the Shadow Blade's for. Maybe he wants to like wrap around back and kill the ES, but that's actually, you know, a pretty good strategy, right? If they kill the ES, there's no real big surprises. Maybe the Vacuum Wall, but he's the big factor that you want to take out in team fights, and they don't really have a good way to jump him. Maybe you can find him with Visage familiars, but it's Visage's job to try and scout him out and disrupt him.
Yeah. Screw that Agnum Scepter, right? I mean, that's so mainstream. We don't need that. We want Shadow Blade. Well, we have a bit of a DC here, apparently coming out from the side of the Yellow Submarine squad. Their yellow player has actually now back in the game. So hopefully we'll get back and resumed here and underway. But as that happens, of course, you could always check out more of the continuous Dota action over on the Yasha stream. I think the Scotty stuff is done. I'm not too sure. C Dota, yeah, we're done with C Dota right now. We'll be back with the rounding back into that after this European region completes. But with that said, we're back and underway where we left off. It was Yellow Submarine in the Na'Vi woods, scouting out the mid lane, hoping for an opportunity to kind of present itself, while Na'Vi instead working with their ancient camp, being near the Roche pit and ultimately migrating towards that bottom lane. So Yellow Submarine trying to debut that blinking echo. It's not there though, and unfortunately the pause will continue here. Merlini, another disconnect. Sven apparently working with his ISP or something. Yep. What do you know? Guess things aren't too different on the other side. We had a lot of these issues for NA, but God, I hope that doesn't happen here over on the other side. And he's back again. So hopefully swift. This has been pretty damn entertaining as it is, so it'd be a shame if we were pretty stop and go from here on out.
Yeah, the items are actually just, there's not too many items on either side, just because there's constant fighting. DK is going BKB next, which is a fine choice. Actually, I think they need Vlad. Actually, I was thinking Vlad's because they have 5 melee heroes. They need the armor, but actually, again, the armor's not terribly useful. There's pure damage, there's magic damage on top of the veil, as well as physical. So maybe just HP and BKB is best.
Here we go. Na'Vi continues their push at the bottom. They'd already rid of this tier 1 tower, but maybe they're looking to just press on forward while they know that Yellow Submarine are more on the top side of the map. They'll go their own way. I suspect once Yellow Submarine get the idea of this push advancing on forward, they might go towards the fight if possible. In fact, as they finish that, you already get your first rotation out from your Earthshaker here. And there we go. Let's see if they can go for any sort of setup. Their team fight wombo combo could be pretty ridiculous, but uh-oh, Darkseer already scouted out. Nice heads up from the birds, means Avos is going to get the jump in, and that's a quick dunk. Very good play there from Soniko to kind of scout out the backside of the tower right there, and because of it, they're able to quickly punish the Darkseer. Meanwhile, you see Yellow Submarine pushing down this top tier 2. The CTPs come in, and oh, he blocked his own hook! Oh, that was a bit of a miscommunication there. Bit unusual.
That's actually really good for them. If he had Glimmer Cape on him.
Ah, you're right. He would have been pulled back and wouldn't be able to catch him.
Oh no, they're falling apart now.
Oh, the tilt is real now. Apparently, they quickly lose 3 now. Sven's going to make it 4. Uh-oh. Whatever happened during that pause has seemed to kind of rid of their mojo. And now because of it, Na'Vi come up with a huge fight, and they'll be able to press into the high ground already in this bottom lane.
Yeah, smart play again by the supports of Na'Vi. They're just playing straight up better than the Yellow Submarine supports. First with the scout out with Soniko, and then they're also splitting up Yellow Submarine. They know that they like the 5-man. The 5-man chemistry is great, but they split them up into 3 and 2 right there, and able to outplay them on opposite sides of the map.
Havos pretty confident, moves on in, vacuum onto 2. The wall is going to be able to connect for Havos. He grabs the illusion, tries to run it on 4, or at least use it to kind of rid of this push here a bit, but that means a wall is down just to kind of get the 2 of them back away from bottom. So
I actually don't see that done enough. Is just walling so people don't push. And look how much damage they got on T3. It's like 30% HP, and it's a big dissuasion. It's a pretty long cooldown, but I mean, people would gladly pay for more glyphs, and that's kind of what it is.
Slow and punishing here. Soniko gets his first kill, utilizing that fancy schmancy Shadow Blade, and he's going to be able to make it out before the rotations even come on in. I wonder how many times a Visage has picked up a Shadow Blade, or if that's also a first.
Yeah, he's making it work. He's going for solo picks, because Yellow Submarine, they're trying to push out their lanes right now, but Na'Vi's splitting up. They have ability, and they also have better solo kill potential.
Looks like Queen of Pain might go for BKB now, unless he's going to keep down and do something like a Desolator. Uh-oh, Havos, they walk past, his pass was blocked. He should have noticed that maybe something was a bit fishy here, but instead they're going to make the committed jump onto Dendi. They have the lockdown, they finish the Queen of Pain. Will they scout out Havos at all? No. I don't know if he was watching his own hero, but the way he couldn't walk through that path kind of would have gotten him a bit curious, but it looks like they're not going to be doing anything with the axe quite yet. Havos still in the area.
I'm surprised Dendi didn't blink out.
Yeah, because they saw him coming his way. Maybe they were anticipating that quick jump in. You gotta remember, Sven, Earthshaker, now both have blinks. Just got in his face, I guess, before he could react.
BKBs for everyone!
Woo! That's right. BKB nearly complete, or if not already complete her for her Vost. Dendi working on his own. What about Funny? Is he another BKB candidate here? Well, he's got a cloak at least for now, but he's got nearly 2,300 gold. Vacuum not going to be catching here on most. Is he able to force away, but not be able to make it out from the Stormhammer. There's a follow-up Dragon Tail now. Breathe Fire, Fissure, a whole lot of lockdown, and Pudge is right there to say, you got it, buddy. Pulls him right away from the kill, but nonetheless, another pick for Yellow Submarine, this time taking down the Axe.
Navi's deviating from their game plan. Last game, when they were ahead, they always grouped up. Whenever one hero was there, the other 4 were there, and because they know Yellow Submarine is just going to move around as a pack and look for kills. So either you have a lot of vision up so that you don't die because they're not popping smokes for all these kills. You get good scouting tools such as like Visage Birds or a Shadow Demon with Glimmer Cape, a Shadow Blade, like so you can scout out where your Yellow Submarine are so you can split push. But they're just not fighting together as 5 and just giving Yellow Submarine a lot of quarter, a lot of farm, and a lot of kills.
And now they continue to charge on in, looking to go for this tier 2. We saw PSM trying to catch out the hook. That was after the nicely timed Glimmer Cape of your Shadow Demon to make it away from potential trouble. But here's your split pushing Sonico Visage on the top lane.
Shadow Blade it is into Silver Edge.
Sure. I wouldn't mind it. Look at them. They're just like vultures here. Like, it's coming. The opportunity will be there. Yeah, they don't see it. Okay. Art style. Got him! Pull back even with the Glimmer Cape. Gonna be bite him on down. This is going to be a Shadow Demon for lunch, potentially. Self-destruction will prolong it a bit, but they're still jumping from Dendy. They get the kill regardless. Now Phonics setting up the Chakram. Does some good damage. Dendy going to be caught out here. Big Dragon Tail with the wall on top of the follow-through from Earthshaker. And they quickly make it 3 all together. They do end up losing their Pudge, but still a promising fight for the Yellow Submarine squad. Havost scouted out from behind, and it is a manhunt here. And, well, it looks like they'll step off for this stackage.
Into the Roche. 40 seconds down on Dendy. That was a big echo, catching 2 high priority heroes. At this point, Visage is a high priority hero because of all his attack speed and all this minus armor, all this physical damage. And, I mean, yeah, Na'Vi, I don't know if it's just like a lapse in concentration or what, but they're just not together as 5 art styles. There's 4 heroes missing, and he goes uphill to D-Ward. He does have the Glimmer Cape, so that makes him feel a little bit safe. But Yellow Submarine just set a trap for him. They knew what he was going to do.
And then Na'Vi wanted to engage as if they would be able to be there to either help him out or felt like they could follow through. And maybe Yellow Submarine had committed enough onto the Shadow Demon that they wouldn't have enough for the fight, but that was not the case.
Yeah, the Veil pickup has been
interesting.
I think if he wanted Veil, he could have gotten after BKB if he think the item's a really good item. But it's similar to last game. Like last series, like a TA went Dezo instead of BKB, and they took so many fights because they saw that item and because they know that the BKB is not going to come out for at least 15 minutes. So they just keep fighting, and it will punish you for not getting a BKB. Because if you get like a Desolator first, you can farm so much faster. And you'll be able to get your BKB so much quicker than if you proceeded the other way around. So because the other team sees that, they have the choice. They can either try and outfarm that, which is very unlikely because it's so great at dealing damage, clearing creep waves fast, doing Roche, etc. Or they can go the other route, which is constantly fight and kill them because of them not going BKB. An appropriate response is to delay and farm until you can get your BKB, but they're not able to do that because of Yellow Submarine's great movements around the map.
Yeah, they're just always kind of in their face, not making anything too easy, so Na'Vi could have that patient time to farm up and complete a more secured item path than some BKBs. Havost trying to get his farming there in the mid lane. Now back at top, he's very close now, about 200 to 300 gold away, and he'll have that recipe complete. Has Dendy been continually pushed away from his BKB? He certainly has, so it is quite a ways away before he'll be able to get it, especially if he continues to engage and get punished and locked down. So it might be a while. And I also noticed that, yeah, Sonico here, he's calling for at least a Sange, apparently.
Yeah, Silver Edge.
Silver Edge?
Yeah. I mean, I don't really see any other reason he would pick up the Belt of Giant Strength.
Is it really that important to go right for the Silver Edge thereafter? Just for the DK, you think? You're getting rid of the Dragon's Blood? That's interesting.
I mean, Scepter's pretty good, too, though. Well,
Halberd?
So Yellow Submarine made the conscious decision to take out the Ancients as opposed to Roche, and now that they want to actually do Roche, they don't have the best vision. They have decent vision, but not the best vision because they have that secret shop area is covered by Na'Vi, but not by Yellow Submarine. That's their blind spot right here. If we can have like a switch of vision, they can only see the stairs. Yeah. So they're hovering right around that area. So it's not a good time for them to take that fight anymore.
Havos inches forward, they will get that extra bit of vision here, but Yellow Submarine not confident in moving that Roche pit. Maybe if they get a possible pick here, they send DK in on forward, and oh, it was a smoke from Na'Vi that's going to quickly get popped, and he's going to still want to fight. He moves on in and quickly races. Uh-oh, vacuum into the wall here. Now it's Funnick on the retreat back, and look at the echo on the backstaff right here. Both Denny and Arsal could get locked down. Denny's going to be stepped on back. He's going to get the Glimmer Cape, but a huge Sonic Wave going to be able to fly on through, or is it? BKB's being popped now from both sides. There goes Sven charging on in, going to go for Funnick. Catches him before he's able to Timber Chain away, but he's going to get dumped thereafter from Havost. And now with that, Soniko caught with the fissure, followed through from Denny, looking to go. Can they finish off the Earthshaker? They certainly can. Ends up being a big 4-for-1 trade advantage for Na'Vi. And with that, they should be able to move right on forward and into the Roche.
That was a great fight by Na'Vi. They split up in a 2-2-1. There was a pack of Quap plus Shadow Demon on the top right, Timbersaw in the middle, and another guy was off to the left side. So when they went in for the vacuum wall, they only got 2. And when Echo went in on the other pack, they only got 2 heroes. So they didn't get the dream of Blink Vacuum with like 3 or 4 heroes into an Echo. That's what they wanted to do. And then after that, it would be Sven just massacring them with the Cleave and the Stormbolt. So Na'Vi, it was a good position for them to fight because of the way, if they had all filed down from the secret shop, it would have been a terrible fight. But they were able to spread out to the left side and use that slight high ground advantage and the positional advantage to take that fight. So very well played by Na'Vi. Their experience pulling through at this late hour.
Okay, vacuum back for Havost, but he forces himself forward. Follow-up was not going to be there, unfortunately, for Yellow Submarine. But yeah, I have to agree. They have to use an Echo on one side of the fight, then the vacuum wall on the other, and seems to be a bit all over the place for them. And because of it, most of Na'Vi make it out alive. Pretty beaten, but alive more importantly. Only losing their Funnick. But look at this. Barash continue to charge forward, gets caught out with the disruption, eats a Veil. Artstyle has to TP the hell away.
Now Dendy has BKB, so now they don't really have any easy targets. Timbersaw has BKB, Axe has BKB, as well as an Aegis, and then Queen of Pain has BKB. So your 3 heavy damage dealers are just going to be almost immune to death for like a good 5 or 6 seconds, unless they can get the Dream Echo. That is the one saving grace for them, but that's not easy because they have a Shadow Demon on top of that. So if, you know, 2 heroes get Shadow Demon, you pick one, you disrupt them, they pop BKB when they pop down, and there goes your burst potential. So it's extremely difficult for Yellow Submarine to execute a team fight that results in the death of these high priority BKB heroes.
Yeah. And with that, we'll have to see. Can they get that hopeful opportunity and Na'Vi just kind of get a bit reckless and put themselves in a position where Yellow Submarine will be able to...
They need Sven to be a lot more farmed. He needs to be like the Daedalus Mask of Madness levels of farm so that he can blow up people. But even then, it's still difficult because they have the Axe Call, the Demonic Purge. Like both of these will go through BKB. On top of that, they have the Solar Crest, which completely owns a hero like Sven.
The general gameplay, though, of Yellow Submarine isn't more about just patiently farming and getting to that kind of pinnacle point. It's farming heroes, getting blood on your hands, trying to get the extra gold that way. But I do agree, it feels like it's you know, in their best interest to try to farm up so they can, but...
He had his blink up really early. Like, he was the first person to get the blink on the side of Yellow Submarines. And since then, he has died in a lot of fights, which it is going to happen.
Jump in, nice call on 2 from Havost here, making a chakra, making a scream. They're going to be able to finish off Dale. And, well, they're going to be able to get the inch out. Very beaten DK, not going to be caught quite yet. Nice little save. But they don't have this Darkseer now for this defense. They don't have that big vacuum wall. He has no buyback. Okay, hook onto Havost, but just a bit of harassment. And okay, Havost eats a stun, eats a fissure. They still have the BKBs to use, it looks like. And this tier 3 slowly withered down now. I don't think there's going to be any sort of easy way here for Yellow Submarine to stop it. Dragon Form was popped because of it, so Na'Vi looked to step back. happy with what Yellow Submarine had to commit just to stop him from there, and they're not going to fall through. So instead, they're going to just go back their separate ways.
Their BKBs are all done, and when it's back up, Darkseer will be up. And pushing high ground into Darkseer this early is suicidal.
Oh, they did use their BKBs, you're right, for that first little tiff. Okay.
They don't want to get echoed. They have to preemptively pop it. So that's you know, a really big benefit having the echo.
Well, now Na'Vi have to step back, wait out this little period here. Maybe hopes that Yellow
What is up
Submarine
with Timbersalt's portrait? If you click on Timbersalt, like his portrait is just
I don't know, dude. I was saying that when I saw it in a game, but I wasn't casting on the side. I was just like, what is that? Like, I feel like when they have these new cosmetics, it's something they can control. Like, you know, you got the new Clockwork set, and he's got that badass, like he's looking dead on kind of a thing. And well, there's our Echo, but it's onto a solo Sonico here. Can we get a one pick off? Oh, he's so close yet so far, and oh no. Oh, that's embarrassing. Sorry, that's not going to happen. Good play from Sonico there. Look close. Uh-oh, on the other side, though, they might be able to get Funnick, jump in from the DK, and now the Sven, the sword fighters now trying to dual wield onto him, but Funnick able to pop his BKB. Timberg's up to the north, gets a secondary one up to the high ground. 2 lost opportunities for Yellow Submarine now back to back. Sven still on the prowl. They blink and they can't catch a break. Funnick, he is a slippery one as he makes it away. Oh, heartbreaking now for Yellow Submarine. Everything seems to be crumbling apart for him off a very jolly early game. Now it seems to be Na'Vi all the way. They charge on forward, at least Savos does, into a stun, which he's happy to shrug off, and he's like, I'm here for the tier 3 and nothing else. Oh, sees trouble's coming, forces himself out. It looks like he'll be fine for now, but we'll see. Na'Vi at this point.
Is he going Dezo now?
Playing around with him.
Maelstrom?
Yeah, one of the two. Maybe Deso helps counteract the additional armor they've been getting from Sven, or is it almost
usually
so much hefty armor on him and DK that's pointless? And
I think it's fine to get, but usually you'll see the Visage get it instead of the Queen of Pain.
Well, Visage has got his own little fancy item progression. We'll have to see. Definitely outside.
BKB number 2.
Why not, right?
Casual hammer?
Just a hammer. Like your Queen of Pain
I wish
does.
casual items were better. A little bit.
Yeah? What do you mean? You think they would actually have better stats than the item they actually build
No,
into?
no. I just think they should have a little bit better stats. So that you're not always forced to build up in items. Like, I don't know, like carry around claws of attack for damage as opposed to a Crystallis. I still think it should be like okay, but you don't see people do that.
So like you would get like a couple claws of attack, and then those two get better damage than like the phase boots or something.
No, not that it's better. It's just like phase boost is what, 24 damage, claws of attack is 9. You can buff them up to like 12, let's say, or something like that. I don't know. Just so. The only thing that we see carried around casually is Ogre Club, which is very common. As
maybe a cloak.
Point booster and cloak. Like those are pretty much it. I guess sometimes you'll see like a Hyperstone for like AC or a plate mail, but most of the casual items are very boots. Ultimate Orb is a great example of an item that's just generally terrible on its own. Yeah, it's very cost inefficient, but. Enough musing about that.
Yeah. Get on it, Frog. We'll see, though. Here's Na'Vi once again. This is their 3rd or 4th get-go at this bottom lane right now. They feel comfortable enough. They take these racks, then the game is nearly theirs to take, and that means they get that top-seeded slot into the playoffs. This Tier 3 continues to get beaten on its last legs. Yellow Submarine still holding out hope for the big team fight, but it's on Na'Vi now to have those BKBs ready to go so they don't get caught out. What will be the triggering point? Can Pudge find the opportunity to go for the hook here? He's thinking about it, but Na'Vi still in a decent position. Timbersaw might not be the target.
Those two can BKB immediately if they're quick, so they're not ideal target. I mean, ideally, I guess maybe it'd be Visage. And then, or if you can like fissure him as he's getting hooked, so you can eat him without him BKBing. That'd be really good.
Or the Shadow Demon. No, immediate self-destruction, and now everything breaks out. Holy crap! Vacuum into wall with the Echo follow-up, and they wipe out 3 from Na'Vi. Okay, that just happened. Funnick on the run here, hand in hand with Sonico. Can they catch him out before they make the retreat? They make the jump on the Funnick, and they clear him out. And now Nico on the backhand side catches out this Earthshaker, not again. He gets dropped down.
Oh,
so Nico makes it away, so it's not going to be the full 5-man wipe, but...
He's so greedy. He wanted to turn around and Fidger to stop his TP. His TP actually kills him. So not only do they have to worry about Darkseer wall, it's the punch hook, the Fidger block, the echo. There's like so many things that Na'Vi, they were very hesitant to push without the Aegis or with the Aegis, and I'm surprised that they made the jump to push with the Aegis.
Where's our replay? I got to see that again.
That
was it just like they got the hook, and the second they inched forward, before they could even BKB, you see the grab, immediate self-disruption, of course. Vos jumps in, but he doesn't pop his BKB, so he gets hit with the Dragon Tail. They all get vacuumed together into a huge whelp shitstorm. It was just ridiculous. Vacuumed, wall, echo slam, all on top of each other. Eventually they get the BKBs up, but by then it might be just too little too late. They're all so badly beaten. Funnick, one of the lone survivors, eventually they catch up with him. You got to be ready to go on that BKB, or something like that's going to happen, and do not underestimate the opportunity Pudge can find for his team, as we see there. Yeah,
the Dark's just really quick about vacuum walls. If you wait too late, they're just going to BKB it. So you have to get it like right before you think about they're about to BKB, but it's really tough to do so.
A small perk in the net worth for Yellow Submarine, but it's still a pretty big advantage for Na'Vi at this point.
Yeah, the big problem is Sven's just way too underfarmed. He's more underfarmed compared to the Axe as well as the Visage, and that's really, really bad. He has to be able to like crit people because the...
Oh, blocked hook. Vos on the high ground though. He's going to be forced down. Now there's a charge on him with a shift as another 3-man vacuum. There they're going to have the BKBs ready, but the damage might have been done. Oh, pull out Darkseer. Not going to be making it away. And with that, Yellow Submarine don't want any more of this. They get the hell back.
Yep, that's a free Roche for them. But now their combo is starting to fall apart because they can just BKB it. They have to get like a Blink Echo into Vacuum Wall, Storm Bolt, or be able to kill people during the BKBs. But that means they need a farm Sven for the cleave. And that is, they have a lot of armor on top of that. They have the AC, so let's just, no one's dying.
Just hope that Na'Vi continues those BKBs down to 5 seconds, bait out some BKBs with a hook, and then wait. I don't know. But at this point, still Na'Vi's game to lose.
They can't run away, though, just because Axe is going to blink in and call. As you saw, as soon as Shadow Demon got hooked and he self-disrupted, Axe just jumps in with BKB blink call. If you BKB, you're still going to be attacking the Axe, and that generally just wastes a lot of your BKB, whereas Yellow Submarine don't have anything as soon as Na'Vi pops their BKB. And Na'Vi, they have on top of that, they have a lot of physical damage from the Visage, and they can just solar crest them down. Like, I think the Visage actually does a lot more physical damage than the Sven.
Yeah.
Okay, he has a crit.
Well, now he has a Daedalus.
Yeah,
so.
He needs to be critting people.
Whoa! Gets the hook onto Dendy, but Dendy obviously blinks right back on over.
I think they could. Oh, they didn't have the Fissure. If they had fissured him as he like got hooked towards them, I think they can burst him down. But it's extremely difficult. I don't know if he was facing the right way to get forced down, but now with the T3 towers down, T3 tower down rather.
So Nico acting as their Barash sieging unit with the help of that AC. He is going to get hooked here, but the Rax does go down. They get the bite, but yeah, Barash is going to be going down right here. It looks like Sven can't really get in there to get a lot of work done. DK ends up getting dropped. Now he's in there trying to chop away, but he might be cutting apart. Instead, they're going to be hooking a bird. Instead, they're probably going for the save. Wall is there. Havos to the low ground. It is going to be saved. Your Sven will go down. Double kill for Dendy. Long ball soul assumption. Dale might be the lone survivor at this point, as PSM is going to be dropped. Na'Vi finally able to complete what they wanted after 4 or 5 tries. They make their way into the lower part of the Yellow Submarine base. 1 racks down, make it 2. Gets the hook out of the bird, but he could end up getting himself killed from it. But hey, nice turn back blade mail, but yeah, still not going to be enough. At that point, this could be the beginning of the end for Yellow Submarine. But they have definitely shown a lot of spunk throughout this game. A fun draft. They found their picks, certainly caught Na'Vi off guard multiple times.
Yeah, very admirable run from them.
Yeah, but Na'Vi, of course, have the better farm. Got itemized appropriately.
Better teamwork, and I think Nico just played like an absolute beast this entire series. Like, he is just so darn farmed. Okay, an Octarine core with 3,200 HP.
Gotta make sure you can Timber Chain even that much more often.
Wow, the Battle Visage with the Chrysalis. That's incredible.
It's a sight to behold here.
So what happens if you solar crest an enemy who's BKB? Do they still have the miss chance?
Not too sure. Maybe something we'll have to check out.
I don't know. They definitely have the minus armor.
Unfortunate still. Seems like more internet hiccups coming up from Yellow Submarine. But at this point, is there still like that?
Losing one set of racks is, when you have really good high ground defense, you don't want to, like, losing your first set of racks is worse than anything else, just because then they can approach through multiple sides, and going through another lane is very easy because they don't have to clump. Okay, we have an answer.
Yeah, our producer telling us that, I already forgot what he said.
BKB will dispel Solar Crest, but if you cast Solar Crest on a BKB unit, you will get affected by the minus armor as well as the blind chance.
There you go.
That's really bad for Sven, because I mean, the minus armor isn't so bad, but he needs to be able to dish out damage, and he has very limited BKB time because of Axe Call on top of Demonic Purge. So I don't actually think he can do that much damage. The Daedalus is necessary, but if Na'Vi doesn't get owned by all this AoE, they can control him very well.
There's a freaking fly in the studio. I'm going to try to kill this thing every once in a while. It just keeps coming. We're all trying to swat at it right here. But,
you know, I was at home one time for spring break, and my dad's, you know, pretty quiet guy. He's just normal Asian dad, and you know, he actually doesn't really care too much about what I do as long as I don't do anything illegal. That was his only stipulation.
Fair enough.
And he just chills. He just goes with whatever, just goes with the flow, kind of that sort of guy. So anyways, I was home. I was doing the dishes one time, and he was out in the kitchen eating a bowl of rice with chopsticks. And my dad, he's like, "Hey Ben, look over here." And he almost never says something like that. So I was like really curious. I was like, "What is going on?" So I look over. There's a fly flying around the chops, and then around his bowl of rice. And then he catches the fly, first try with the chopsticks.
What?
And then after that, he ate it. What?
That protein.
And that's exactly what it said. He said, protein. And then
my God.
I just like looked around. I was like, I was looking for my brother and my mom. I was like, did anyone else see this? And then I just walked away. I couldn't even say anything. I was just so stunned.
He's like, no one will believe this, Merlini. I assume your dad calls you Merlini, but I guess not.
No, and then on top of this, I told my brother about this about a few years later, and he said that he did the same thing to my brother. I was like, what?
It's official. Your dad is Mr. Miyagi. That's ridiculous. Yet awesome.
I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it myself.
My dad does the same thing, except he hits me instead. I'm kidding. That is no laughing matter. Seriously, child abuse is nothing to laugh at. Anyways, back into the action. Who is currently getting abused at this point is Yellow Submarine. So Na'Vi putting on the punishment. And
I'm surprised they're pushing top, just because they don't have the luxury of sweeping in through bottom. If you push through mid, you can sweep through bottom, and then you can do like the split that they did at the Roshan pit with the 2-2-1, so that you don't get owned. Now they have BKBs. Now they're already 1 racks ahead. They feel very comfortable, and it's not like a big stretch or a huge risk by pushing this. It's just slightly riskier than the alternative. This lane's already pushed out, and the mid lane's already back on their side of the river. And they feel like they can end the game now.
All right.
Yellow Submarines.
Yellow Submarine. Can they do it? Can Na'Vi come together? Whoops! Didn't catch the hook. Lead in fissure, breathe fire, just footsie play from both sides. Funnick's like, there's my cool blades, but I don't know. Looking tough. Tier 3's already pretty dang low. Are they going to commit outside the base? They are. There's the Echo. There's the wall here. A big pullback. Sonic Wave does fly out, so Earthshaker is going to be going on down. They managed to get down Funnick. Combo's pretty damn low as Sven looks to spank him apart. Gets him. Now we'll get pullback from PSM, but he's going to get dropped. Darkseer looking to buy back, and Dale get back into the action. Sven on his last legs wants to try to duke it out with Sonico, and they get the kill. Ends up being a 4-for-3 trade. You can make it a 4-for-4 if you count the buyback here. Hey, look at that, Ben. They hold.
That was smart. They took it outside the base because they expect vacuum ult to happen right about where the logo is. But instead, he blinks up to the high ground because they dropped the observer ward right outside the tower. Again, a very smart play by Yellow Submarine. If you look outside of T3, they dropped the ward right before the fight. a little bit south, right there. They drop the ward, so they have it's nighttime vision. So Na'Vi doesn't expect to be engaged on their own high ground.
Yeah.
Or I mean, quote unquote high ground. It's right outside the Radiant base, but it's still their high ground. And it was just a sick engage by them.
They think they're safe. So let's see. There's the ward drop right there, as you pointed out. And with that, you can see Dale looking to jump in. They all commit on forward. And clearly, Na'Vi caught off guard. Again, the Echo's there, the Vacuum's there. Then the BKBs finally come out thereafter. But most of their big team fight damage had already been done. And because of it, they're looking to clean up the mess. They still lose a lot from it. They have a couple of casualties. They have to be forced to do the buyback. But maybe they prolong the game another couple of minutes, 5 to 10 minutes or so, before Na'Vi are going to be in shape to at least push down a lane, or at least they will second guess pushing as 5 on just the one side. Maybe now they consider splitting themselves up, coming in from both sides.
I think they knew it was risky. I don't think that they knew like how close the game still is. I mean, they're in a good position, but if they were really worried, they would have taken Roche.
They didn't give Yellow Submarine enough credit to maybe get that kind of a comeback play. Yeah.
That's again, they make some really good base defensives. Their plays in team fights are very cheeky, unexpected, and catches a lot of teams off guard. And it caught Na'Vi off guard right there.
And with that, we'll see Na'Vi. They're going to be forced to step back. Those BKBs continue to go down as far as time charges go, but you know, it's not going to be so easy. So we'll see if they look to kind of split up the map. But this crafty Yellow Submarine squad, what's their next move here? They want to really go outside the base side now and see if maybe they can catch out Na'Vi when they think they're safe.
I think it's almost a minimum time Roshan respawn. If I remember correctly, it was like 3:18 past 5, so it should be 18 seconds once the 8 minutes is up. So, but neither team wants to give this up because this one's the Aegis and the Cheese. And I mean, Yellow Submarine, they're down by 12 kills, they're down to racks, they're down in net worth, but with a proper initiation, a vacuum to a Stone Bolt, they can just own people, or vacuum to Echo.
Okay. Bonnet gonna get caught with the Dragon Tail, follow up, there's the hook after the fissure. Now everything breaks out. These time BKBs are gonna be popped, so they're gonna be losing their punch right away. The wall's already been dropped, but yeah, this is not the kind of fight that Yellow Submarine were hoping for. They already are gonna be losing their Dark Seer. In addition to that, Purple, is able to kind of TP on it, or Shaker is gonna make it back to his home base here, but you're looking at 50 seconds without your Pudge, no buyback. Dark Seer, 80 seconds, no buyback. This is Na'Vi's time. So with that, they'll press in from the bottom, which the racks have already been taken, and probably cut up to mid or top lane.
So it was Mjolnir by Dendi.
Okay, there's our answer. All right, conveniently could put the Mjolnir active onto someone like Havos as he jumps in. Get the most out of it, why not, right? Speaking of which, he jumps in, finishes out that tier 3, and now your Raxes are exposed. And it looks like, hey, Pudge was able to put together the gold, or maybe the timing clock to get his buyback out there. So they're going to have to do this defense without Darkseer, unless Na'Vi don't want to push. And actually, it looks like it's going to be the latter.
Man, he has a lot of gold on Sven. I mean, at this point, you have to buy whatever item you can, like
a Helm of the Dominator.
Yeah, you have to spend your gold just because they're one fight from losing the game. And if you have buyback, sure, that's great and all, but you need to spend at least, like, let's say 2,000 gold, so you have enough for buyback and as much fighting, as much net worth on you as possible before the game ends.
Why not go full-blown YOLO and just get a Mask of Madness then and just pray that you get blown up?
I actually think it's okay, but I mean, it's a little late for it though. But this Roche melted.
Yeah, no real surprise with the amount of damage Sonico puts out there. He already has had that Solar Crest for quite a while.
Wow, they're actually going to look to take a fight right now. That is very YOLO.
They thought about it. I don't know if they want to follow through. Maybe they're trying to guess the walking pattern here from Na'Vi, that they're going to cut right to the woods and catch them off guard, but they're going to see these illusions. They don't pop the smoke, so they know it's obviously not the real Dendi.
Daedalus? Jeez. Sonico.
He's crazy. Uh-oh. There's going to be the jump on 4 from Havos with BKB pop. It's going to get pulled back. Obviously, this figure not going to be connected, but could block out the rest of the team. Big pullback. Ship is going to be popped. There's the wall. It's down. Vos here, Yellow Submarine, trying to fight and stay strong. The Purge going to go down. They are going to drop the Earthshaker, then the Dragon Knight thereafter. And Phonic dishing out the big chakram damage, flying on through. They quickly wipe out the Yellow Submarine group. Even Na'Vi pulling out their buybacks to conclude this one. 2 more buybacks, 3 more buybacks coming out. This is it, the beginning of the end right now. Yellow Submarine looking for a final hurrah. Na'Vi getting everyone together for one final push into the base and claiming that top seed in the playoffs. What a long way they have come after starting out their qualifier run 0-2 against London Conspiracy. It looks like they'll be able to finish things out in the top position. Here they come.
No echo, no wall. Sven's buyback down.
And there they go. Jumping in, disruption, double chakram's going to keep Dragon Knight back in at bay. And the Rax slowly get with it away. Sven thinks he can jump on in there. Going to be forced to pop his BKB, but the call doesn't care about that. Gets brought back right into the fight. He goes down. He has no buyback. And with that, it looks like Na'Vi are going to be cleaning up the rest. But Yellow Submarine, no surprise from this spunky group. Never say die. They will fight to the bitter end while they can. DK charging on in. Beheaded. And now they're just going to get corralled in their own base side. So Miko, the Battle Visage, trying to go, but he's going to get dunked on. Revenge comes out from Earthshaker. Haha, fool! You got me those couple of times, but now I locked you inside the base. Oh, short thing to snag him back in the fountain. That would have been awesome, but not happening. And they keep charging on in. Dale, no! He drops the wall. Oh, he goes down. And this looks to be it. Good game, well played. Does come out eventually from their captain, PSM. But what a story it has been. Yellow Submarine, your open qualifier squad. Remember that. They come in. I'm sure they've made some fans. I'm looking forward to seeing what they could do.
I'm sad to see them go.
I am too. They've made for some entertaining matches, man. In win or loss, it doesn't matter. They like to have a lot of fun, and I can appreciate that in my Dota. So
yeah, I like their play style.
As we look over to the other side of the panel, Capitalist, LD, did you guys have fun?
That was